Following up on the brief review I gave yesterday of the movie Nosferatu by Robert Eggers, I just wanted to give a little bit more thoughts on it the day after. Kind of let my sit with my thoughts for a day and really marinate on it a bit more. Um, so after thinking about it overnight and kind of sleeping on it, I stand by my conclusion. I see it as about an 8.5, 9 out of 10 for me personally. I really enjoy the aesthetics of the movie. The and the acting, they're both great. Especially of Lily Rose Depp. I just looked it up to make sure I got her name right. And Nicholas Hoult, and of course Bill Skarsgård and Willem Dafoe. They're all wonderful. Everybody's great in this movie. The acting is superb, top to bottom. I think everybody does a great job, just completely and totally. The scenery is beautiful. The set pieces are beautiful. Um, I was trying to like kind of go through my mind and see what sort of nitpicks I might have on it. I have a few things I'm like, but I think for the most part I stand by what I said. I don't really. I'm not a huge fan of the updated look of Count Orlok. I really like the classic look, but that's just again that's a nitpick for me personally. Um, you might have a completely different feeling on it. Uh, but to kind of go into the movie a little bit, it starts out with Ellen, played by Lily Rose Depp. Yep, Lily Rose Deep. Sorry. And she's calling out. She's kind of doing like a little prayer, and because she's suffering from loneliness, and the prayer's heard by Count Orlok, and that scene got me pretty decently when I was in the theaters watching it. It spooked me out a bit, and then we see Thomas. He's sent off to meet up with Orlok and by his boss, like a real realtor broker, to sell him a property. And Nicholas Hoult does a great job conveying how afraid he is, and this sense of dread he has when he meets the Count, and everything that happens the night before he meets him, and it's this this village. He's wondering if it's just customs, the peasantry there, or if it's something else. And Orlok basically tells him not to ask him about it. Um, I really enjoyed it. It was good. It's good just building up this darkness of Count Orlok and who he is, and just the sheer evil that he is. Because he's pure evil. There's no redeeming qualities about Count Orlok. He's just a horrible, horrible being. And that's what they wanted him to be. They didn't want him to be. They clearly didn't want him to be humanized at all, which they did. The writing and the acting and the directing did a great job of doing that. They accomplished their goal of making him not human or not relatable at all. Um, he and the I can look up the character's name. I can't remember off the top of my head. Knock. They do a good job of they trick Thomas basically into signing this contract with Count Orlok, uh, kind of annulling his marriage to Ellen in a way, I suppose was the idea. So to free the path for Count Orlok to come in and steal his bride, basically. Um, and he doesn't know because he's ignorant to the whole plot. Because his feeling is that he's just being sent there to seal a deal for his boss. And this deal will give him a promotion within the firm, and of course he wants that. He wants that to secure his future with his wife. But this does the opposite. It seals the fate of their future. Um, one complaint I saw some people had was the kind of the sense of time and travel, and I got that a little bit with Thomas coming back from his stay at Count Orlok's place. He kind of just appears. We barely know he had left the the church, I think, that he was at, where he was nursed back to life. And he just kind of reappears. And I could see it a little bit. It's um, a little undercooked, but at the same time, I don't think you really need to cook it all the way. It's okay to just kind of have him show up and not show him on on the road. But I don't know. I guess I have some mixed feelings about that. And then Count Orlok tells Ellen she has 3 nights to make her mind up, and on the second night he kills what's her name? I'm looking at the character's name. I'm just trying to remember. Friedrich's wife and her children. I can't remember their names off the top of my head. I'm sorry, but he kills them, and everything kind of happens fast. And that was another complaint I saw some people have. It kind of just everything seems like it's happening fast at the end here, but in a historic sense, it makes some sense because there's a plague going on. They're going to be trying to move things and process things as fast as possible because there's going to be so many people dying. And that's the other thing. Orlok brings a plague with him, and they show the plague pretty well. They really illustrate with rats all over the place. You see everywhere you see rats, that's where the plague of Orlok is, essentially. And then Willem Dafoe's character, he's talking with everybody, and they kind of get the Willem Dafoe, his character Professor Albin Arnhart von Franz, Ralph Enson's character, Dr. William Shriver's, Thomas and Friedrich. They all kind of get together. They're hatching a plan to kill Count Orlok, essentially. And so the plan is to basically go and before nightfall and stake him. But Professor Albert Einhard von Franz, he knows that this is really just a backup plan. Like, and it's something I think if you don't pay close attention, you might miss. He knows that this isn't the main plan. The main plan is for Lily to basically accept being part of Orlok and accept his love or his desire, whatever you want to call it, his lust, I guess is probably the best way to put it. And she does accept it. And them going there was really just a backup plan to destroy the coffin in case Lily got cold feet. No, I said Lily. I mean Ellen. Sorry, Ellen got cold feet, or Orlok finished what he was doing before they, or quicker than expected. So to me, that's what it came across, and that's what I was expecting when they were there. They just obviously only Professor von Franz knew that was a plan. The other men there did not know that was a plan. They went there expecting to kill Count Orlok. But they don't do that. They just burn the coffin so that he can't return in case Ellen fails or wavers. You kind of know this based on the discussion that Professor von Franz and Ellen have secluded from the rest of the group, that's the plan. The real plan, the ones that the other gentlemen know, is just what they need to know, because if they knew that this was the plan, they wouldn't have gone through with it. And they would have failed. They would have just died. So I really like that. I think that was good. I loved it. I thought it was a great movie, just top to bottom. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else. I think that kind of covers my bases. One thing, this was it. I may have missed this, and I wish they would have touched on it a little bit. This is probably my biggest complaint, actually, for the movie, was I understand how Ellen came into contact with Count Orlok. She came through her prayer for somebody to not be lonely anymore. This is before she met Thomas. But my question is, what was Nock's deal with Orlok? I may have missed something. What was he getting out of it? Because he was basically in servitude to him, and he was indentured to him. But Orlok didn't really give a crap about him at all. And I just want to know what that was about. I feel like that was something I would like to know just a little bit about. Just, it doesn't need to be a big, huge deal, but like just something. What was he supposed to be getting out of all of it? And if I missed it, please let me know. But that's my review of the movie. I recommend seeing it. I know it's probably not going to be for everybody, but I think it's a great movie. I think it's, at the very least, one of the best acted and one of the most visually pleasing movies I've seen in a long time. Again, I say about 8.5, 9 out of 10. Thank you.